The Bratz documentary was recently released and delved into the lives of the Brat Pack, who were defined by the best movies of their careers, which mostly occurred in the 1980s. While not every member of the Brat Pack reached peak stardom in the 1980s, and some later went on to make a comeback in other projects, many faded into obscurity after the boom of their iconic films. These movies often dealt with themes of coming of age, maturity, and the disaffected nature of youth during the 1980s and into the early 1990s. In some ways, being labeled the Brat Pack derailed the careers of the actors who gained so much fame from their first projects. Few of them have maintained the level of stardom they achieved in the 1980s, and many of their best-received films are among the Brat Pack movies. There's a significant overlap between their best films, as the Brat Pack earned their name for starring alongside each other in so many projects. However, particular members of the group shined in different films and rode the wave of their fame with varying degrees of success. Emilio Estevez is a familiar figure in the Brat Pack and plays one of the more likable characters in St. Elmo's Fire. The movie is one of the more mature films featuring the Brat Pack, as it deals with a group of friends from college into their early adult years. Estevez's character, Kirby, is one of the main roles in the ensemble cast that features people of different classes, backgrounds, and ambitions. Kirby's defining characteristic is his romantic infatuation with Dale, Andie MacDowell, and the lengths he goes to express his feelings for her. One of the biggest critiques of St. Elmo's Fire is that the characters are old enough to know better and avoid the pitfalls of their juvenile mistakes. However, immaturity lasting into adulthood and extended adolescence is frequently featured in Brat Pack movies, making the film no exception. Estevez is well suited to his role, as he thrives in the stoic suffering of Kirby, traits he explores in other Brat Pack movies that are similarly well-remembered. 16 Candles is easily the most problematic of all the Brat Pack movies directed by John Hughes, as it depicts problematic racial stereotypes and treats assault casually. Unfortunately, Anthony Michael Hall's character, merely referred to as Farmer Ted or the Geek, is a key part of one of the worst scenes in the film, even though he's supposed to be viewed as sympathetic by the audience throughout the film. Hughes would stray away from these one-dimensional takes on class in his later work, but it's on full display in 16 Candles. Despite these issues, 16 Candles is still familiar to many audience members today, and Hall's performance is indicative of an actor giving his all to a role. 16 Candles remains relevant because of Sam's, Molly Ringwald, development and her journey to feel recognized and seen by her peers. Hall's character is viewed through a lens of empathy for so much of the movie because he's enamored with Sam and is one of the few people to see that she's special. He's also aspirational for young people who could relate to feeling like a social outcast during their teenage years.